All right, now we're live, folks. Hey, yo, folks, thanks for coming back in. I hope you guys enjoy the show today. Thanks for coming in. Happy Monday, my friends. Appreciate you guys coming back in. Yep, welcome back to MVP Fishing. Yep, welcome back to our channel. Yeah, that's enough said about that. All right, yep, welcome back into our channel. Let's get these rods out and we'll get into chat and see if we can catch some fishies for you guys. Yeah, what can I say about the name of this live feed but nice? Yeah, this looks nice. Hope you guys enjoy the show today. Temperature's about 78, 80 degrees. A nice little 3 to 4 mile per hour wind, gusting to 7 or 8. It's not so bad. Let's see, got about let's see, uh 3 dozen night crawlers, and I've got a can of corn, and I've also got some rooster tail. Yeah, there's a tremendous amount of gar and stuff hitting the surface over here. Maybe I can get one coerce a few of those guys to hit a rooster tail or something. All right, let's get these rods out. Get these rods out and get into chat. Hope you guys enjoy the show today. Yeah, I think we're gonna put corn on this one rod here first, and then we're gonna put worm on this one. Cast that just a little bit over here. Yeah, this should be the time where these big old grassies and common carp and grass carp start really piling into this cove. Yeah, for some reason, they like it right at about this level, right where those rocks start sticking out. Remember that little peninsula island I told you guys about? Well, that is just starting to stick out. Appreciate you guys coming in. Happy Monday, my friends. We're just getting started, folks. This is our first cast out. You guys know how this can be. I never know what to expect down here. I'm seeing a lot of like medium to large size fish. No monsters right here as of yet, but with this sun blaring down, not a whole lot of wind. These guys could be coming in here right close to the bank. And where do I want to cast this? Snag City right there. That's why I cast that a little bit to the left. Oh boy, we're getting some bubbles in here. Let me go for the bubbles. That's about right. About right on top of those guys. I really should check my knots too. I didn't check them. Dang it. Oh well. I can check that on when we reel them in. All right. Hope you guys enjoy the show. Let's get into some chat, my friends. See where we are. Oh, here we are, folks. Come on. There we go. Here we are, folks. That's the end. Wild. How you doing today, Wild? Wild says, let's go. That's the end. Gail. Gail says, beach. Beach King. Yeah, this is a really. I hate getting away from this spot, especially when there are fish here. I mean, this is so comfortable. I mean, you can fish down here without stumping your toesies or anything. It's extremely comfortable down here. Arnold, how you doing, Arnold? Arnold says hello, bro. Let's get it. Yeah, let's get some, folks. Bonnie says hello, Mike. Let's have some fun. Go get some. Go get those gar. Eh. Well, let me catch up with chat here. Arnold says, how's everyone? And Kevin, how you doing today, Kevin? Kevin says hello, Mike. Have a good day and catch a lot of fish. You've been in quite a while, quite a bit, Kevin. Let me get you a wrench, buddy. That is. Let me make sure I got the right person. Yeah, let me make sure to get you a wrench, buddy. There you go, Kevin. Welcome to the Blue Jacket Club, my friend. Let's see, Carolina. How you doing today, Carolina? Carolina says, good morning, Mike. Good morning to you too, my friend. Well says, I'm doing good. Awesome to hear. That's the end, Trey. How you doing today, Trey? Trey says, hey, happy Monday, my friend, my guy. Let me make sure to get you a wrench as well, Trey. Yeah, you've been in for I've seen you in a number of live feeds, so let me make sure to get you a wrench as well, buddy. There you go. Let's see, Chris. How you doing today, Chris? Chris says, "Good luck, Mike." Let's see, Terry. How you doing today, Terry? Terry says, "Howdy, Mr. MB." Howdy to you too, my friend. Just getting started. First casts out here. Got a lot of actively feeding fish down here. We just got to get them to hit right now. Figure out where and what they want to hit. Chris says, "Carolina doing good. You beautiful person. How about yourself?" Let's see, 22 incredible people in it, seeing 13 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Tell you what, let me put the tablet down and I will cast the rooster tail around a bit. See if we can coerce one of these big gar into hitting. There's a lot of these suckers down here. I just got to get them to hit. Got corn on the far rod there. We've got worm on this close one. So our big Mad Cat series has got the good good bait to catch multiple species on her. Yeah, I think my camera view is down here to the right. I tried to get her so I could get just enough of a camera view so I could bomb that down into that current. Because that seems to be where those big gar are setting. They're sitting right on that little point. Oop, pop. Felt that. He smacked at it. Yeah, those gar like to roll on this bait. I've started noticing something, folks. When you're getting these gar to hit, don't set the hook immediately. Let that fish smack at it a couple of times because they kind of like smack at it because they got really sharp bodies and really razor sharp. They kind of try to wound it, whatever they're trying to eat. And that was like on a friggin' bank, Michael. Cute. I missed that cast. Hang on. First cast, folks. I'm warming up. I'm allowed to cast under the bank once or twice a day. Get off. There we go. Yeah, I do need practice more too with my especially before trout season comes. We went around the reel while we were trying to get that out, so hang on. Just take me a second to get that out of there. All right. What was I doing? Oh yeah, trying not to cast on the bank. That's better. Now, if I'm keeping an eye on those other rods, folks. And there's bound to be some white bass around here now. With this water getting low, that slough over there across the river is dry. So yeah, it's got to be pushing those stripers and white bass over to this side. Hang on, folks. There's a big gar just hit the surface. Haven't even really taken a cast down here yet. We just got started. I usually try to practice and see if there's any around, but recently, that's when I'll land them. Is when I'm the first couple of casts down here. Oh, got a fish on, folks. Oh, oh, look at that fish jump! Oh man, that was awesome, folks. Man, I got that on feed too. Man, that was fun. Hey, you don't have to land them all the time. That was fun, folks. Oh boy, man, that was fun. Let's see what's going on in chat. Let's see. Trey says, "What's on the hooks today?" Let's see. We've got corn on the close rod, and we got worm on the far rod. Let's see. Caroline says, "Today is a good day to have a great day." You got it right. Carrie says, "Good work." Him lunch fixing to hit some depot to hit Home Depot, then get ready tomorrow for fishing. Sounds like some fun. Uh, Work is done. I got you. Let's see. Chris says, "Mr. Terry MB." Let's see. Terry says, "Hello, Mr. Chris." And seeing Ray. How you doing today, Ray? Ray says, "MVP. Just got to work. Have to work 2 shifts. These guys on 2 shifts went on vacation, so I'm working to 9:30. Dang, dude. Tell you what, I'll give out my third wrench. Randy, let me get you wrenched up, buddy. That'll be my final one of the day. I don't give out too many, folks. I don't think YouTube likes you guys giving out too many wrenches at once. All right, there we go, and there we go. Yeah, I try to give out a couple of new ones a stream. Make sure uh, make sure we get you guys subbed up and everyone to everything. But that sucks. Hope you get off soon. Let's see. Chris says, "Good luck, Ray." Ray says, don't blow your self out, buddy." Yep. Save some of that energy for fishing. Chris says, "Good luck, Ray." Let's see. Ray says, "I do every day." Let's see. Wild says, "I saw that." Let's see. And Joe. Joe, where is this? Is this PGH? No, we're down on the mighty muddy Mississippi River down in St. Louis, Missouri, my friend. Let's see. Trey says, "That was a good jump." Yeah, that was a fun one. Let's see. Gail, he got it right, my friend. Let's see. 10 incredible people in it, seeing 20 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Let's see. Chris says, "I'll be back later. Time to drive home." All right, my friend, drive safe. Be careful out there. It's Monday. Yeah, no snags on this one, so let's push this a little bit deeper. I have to kind of try to figure out where the snags are down here every day because the water dropped about, oh yeah, we dropped about a foot since our previous feed. You guys can see those rocks are starting to stick out down here, so that's a good thing. I always like this river. The lower it gets, the better. Start seeing more game fish. These fish are concentrated, and you guys know I like to use small and light stuff, so it doesn't matter if this water clears up really good. I don't care. Most people use their 20 and 40 pound test. When the water starts getting low, they can't get a bite because the fish start seeing their line. Yeah, we've got about a 2 foot water clarity, so yeah, once you start getting a little lower, it starts being more difficult for people to catch fish. But when you're using 8 and 10 pound tests, I mean, yeah, they can't see it very good. Yeah, we'll go out a little bit deeper this time. Yeah, there's not much current down here today. It's why I'm kind of interested in what's going on in this back cove. Let's see if I can get another gar on, folks. Man, that was fun with that jump. That was like a 3 or 4 pound gar. And you notice how I had that pop and I waited 3 or 4 seconds before I set the hook because these guys seem to be nosing up to the bait and then they'll grab it. Because with this fluoro, I can feel them even nosing up to that bait. And that fish jumped like a largemouth, man. Jumped about a foot in the air. These rooster tails really weren't designed to land gar, folks. I think the hooks were designed so that they would come out of gar, to be honest. I got to get more than one treble hook in them to get them in. Even with this rooster tail, I've got to hook them like twice. Oh, pop, come on. See him just nose up to that bait and smack at it? I felt that. And we're just getting started, folks. Haven't even figured out where the other species of fish are down here yet. I'm seeing a few of them hitting the surface. That's the reason why I set up over there. But as whether or not they're going to hit over there is a entirely different matter to where you see them. Usually they're where you see them. There's a like a catfish just smacked the surface right there, a couple pounds. Just about 4 feet to the left of my far rod. And that was fun, folks. That's worth casting for just to get one to do that. There's some chasing some fry back there. Got to keep my eye on those other rods because you never know when one's gonna double over and try to take off for Mexico. This is the reason why I wear the mic feeds, folks, so I can cast a little bit of a distance from you guys and still be able to talk to you. Oh my big guys, I know you're back there. I just about on the other side of the bank over there. Got him, folks. Oh, popped off. Man, that was I did it, folks. I set the hook too quick. That caught me off guard. I reeled it twice and he popped it. That wasn't far enough back there. It seemed to be right back there, right where that gully is. And that one was like right where that water's pouring in down here. Let's take one more cast. I'd like to get one more back there before I come back and check that chat. We had another one on, man. That was another nice pop. That might be a bite on worm. That's a bite on worm. I see that. I saw that from over there. Ah, you little stinker. I saw that, folks. That was a bite on worm. And our drag is one bad thing about these reels is that the drags move on their own while you're walking, and you wind up setting the hook like that. And I had no pull on that fish, and my drag slipped on me because it was 100% loose. It happens. I thought I checked that too. Oh well. I was pecking on it like a carp. Yeah, we're gonna leave quite a bit of a dangling end on that because I think I've got some grass carp and common carp in here, and no snags again. That's a pretty good sign as to. And that cast sucked. Man, as soon as I tighten that drag, she's got to do that now. Yeah, I've tried to fix this reel up so much, folks. I've about given up on her. Just I gotten used to that crap now. All right, let's get back into chat. Hope you guys are enjoying the show today. Yeah, we've had two gar hooked already. One did a 360 in midair and threw the hook at us. Yeah, Chris says the Mississippi River. You got it right, my friend. Chris says I'll be back later. And Pierre Coops, how you doing today, Pierre Coops? Pierre Coops with the Netherlands emoji. Getting stronger emoji. Gail says the choo-choos will be along soon enough. Yep, Monday. They'll be along soon enough, my friends. And Muhammad, how you doing, Muhammad? Muhammad says hi. Muhammad with all the fishy emojis. And Jason, how you doing, Jason the Mason? Jason says Mike brother. And Ricky Bobby. I'm gonna go over my usual. I'm gonna get you a wrench as well, Ricky. Assuming I can find you in chat, because we're on the angle right now where I can't see Bunkus from the main screen. Uh, there we go. That's four. That's one over my usual. So, all right, there you go, Ricky Bobby. Welcome to the the Blue Jacket Club. Let's see. Wild says Ricky Bobby. Jason says, "Hey, Wild." And Clippin, how you doing today, Clippin? Clippin says, "Let's go." And CN Zark, how you doing today, Zark? Zark says hi. And see, Clippin says, "Water looks beautiful today." Yeah, it is nice. I mean, it's incredible down here right now. The water's getting clear, getting low, slowing down. That little point over there is starting to stick out, push that current just a little bit further out. We're getting this incredible back current down here. Clippin says, "Always catching, never fishing." Well, always hooking and never fishing. Let's see. Wild says hi, Jason. All right, 15 incredible people in. Let's see, in 38, 30, 33 thumbs up. Awesome. Folks, let's see what's going on with our corn rod. That was in close, so no takers in close. Let's go out a little bit deeper, not much. I don't want to get snagged up over here. And that feels like a pretty good bottom. There's a bite on worm. I saw that. Peck, peck, peck. Come on, you little stinker, hit it. Yeah, pecking on real light. Wonder what this is. Ping, 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 ping. He's trying. Whatever it is, whatever that was. It looks like he got a lot of bit that worm right in two. Hey, little stinkers. Ah, you're gonna be like that today, huh? I let that worm dangle, and that's where he grabbed it. Okay, let's try that again. Suckers. They do that too down here, the little stinkers. They'll they'll grab on right on the end of the worm, and they'll just keep pinging on the end of that worm until I set the hook, and not they got a meal. And we should be fishing right over a little rock face. So this rod, I might be right on top of it. So good luck with that one. But this one should be right past it. All right, man, that was a good bite, folks. I just he had on the end of that worm, the very end of it. Oh, got my rooster tail all tangled up. Oh well, gives me a chance to check the hooks. Hey, one of them looks a little bent. That one might have bent out our hook a little bit. Bend that back in position there. I see him pecking on it again. And that little stinker, he wants it. I hate to put on a smaller hook to hook this fish, but if I put a smaller hook on, I'd have to probably switch to my other rod. Peck, 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 peck. Ping, ping. Yeah, you wait for me to set the hook. I ain't doing it until you pull, or at least peck on more than once at a time. Ping, ping, ping. Oh, got him, folks. Fish on. What have I got? Ah, all right, our first fish of the day. Nice little freshwater drum. Yeah, a little stinker was pecking on it. So light. That's about a pound. Nice first fish. All right, there's definitely some active fish down here. Man, that little stinker's a little cold. He's in shallow and that water's kind of cold down there. Beautiful first fish, folks. Hey, we'll take it. No skunk. No skunk on this feed, folks. Bye bye, skunk. See ya. Adios. Floating down the river there. Bye. Oh, yep, yep. Ah, give me a break there, buddy. Give me a break. Yeah, he won't open his mouth there. Gotta love it, my friends. That is about a pound. That's a real nice thick one, too. Gorgeous fish. Look at those silvers and blues and purples. Incredible, my friends. Gotta love it. All right, let's get him in here for his close up, folks. uh, all right, buddy. See ya. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. There he goes, right down the river. I just kept hit. Just held that rod until I finally felt him pull good. Yeah, that's just the current bouncing on that one. Yeah, we caught one, folks. That's the end. Eric, thank you so much for that good luck coin. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Eric. Thank you for those gems. Copen says, yep, smash that like button, my friends. Double tap the screen. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Maybe share us out. Helps out the channel so much. And George, how you doing today, George? George says, nice fish. How are you folks doing today? I'm doing okay, my friend. We're just getting started. Carolina says, woo. And seeing Bonnie. How you doing today, Bonnie? Bonnie says, big one. Jason says, nice drummy. And seeing Makita. I thought I had you a wrench, Makita. Let me get you a... I'm not sure why. I thought I had you a wrench, Makita. Yeah, I think I'm losing. YouTube's doing that to me recently. I don't know why it's... Let's see, Bonnie, Bonnie. I think that's there. Hmm, not sure. I can't really see it, I'm afraid. I might. Oh, yeah, that was it. I'm not sure why you didn't have a wrench, Makita. But no matter what, yeah, that's 5, folks. That's more than I usually do. So you've been in a lot recently, so I have no problem getting you a wrench, Makita. And now that you can sub up and do all that other fun stuff, Makita says, Mike, where have you? Where were you yesterday, buddy? Hanging around, taking 1 day break. I did 4 live streams in a row. I have to take a rest every once in a while. Carolina says, "Yep, one beautiful drummy." Let's see. Makita says, "Nice fish, Mike. First fish of the day." Let's see. Carolina says, "Let me show you out, and let me get that pinned up. Or we're gonna pin that up for you. There you go. And we're off angle here, aren't we? Just a hair. And we're our angle was a little askew. Yeah, I have to take a break every once in a while, folks. Recharge the batteries and just sleep. And no snags. That's a very good sign as far as the spot is concerned. I've been going further and further out trying to pusher to see how far I can get out without hitting a snag. And that's about 15 feet. So that's a pretty good sign that we're below the snag level. And oh, thank you for that star, my friend. Funny with the star. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for those gems. Let's see, Magoo. How you doing today, Magoo? Magoo says hi. How you doing today, my friend? Let's see, 17 incredible people in and 40 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Tell you what, let's get these rods back out and we'll get see if we can get another gar on. We've had two big gar hooked and they popped off. Well, one popped off, one did a backflip in midair on live stream, by the way. That's going to be a heck of a short feed. I'm going to love that one. I love it when fishies show off. Yeah, that's one thing. I put a little short feed out today about the gar. Yeah, them gar are mean. I thought that was clever. Them gar are mean. Whatever. I thought it was. I thought it was pretty cool. I put like four different gar catches on that one short feed. That was they were dating back about I guess about 2 weeks. So those are gar that we caught within the last 2 weeks. Of course, I think two of them were caught on the same day, but and there was a lot more of them in there I didn't get to. There's only so much time I've got where I've only got a certain amount of battery charge unless I'm setting straight at the gas station all the time to be able to do short feeds and other editing and other things. Surprised I do as much as I do, in fact. Good cast. Good cast, my friends. And are we set for chat here? We can, yep, we are. Yeah, if you scroll back, if you ever start doing live feeds and you need to get away from your backup device and you want to make sure you don't lose your spot in chat, just scroll up just a hair, and that'll give you they'll put a little arrow on there that will lock that spot in place. That way you can get right back into chat real quick. Yeah, I think I'm getting another bite over there too. We dug three dozen night crawls and we've got that can of corn, so hopefully we can get some. We've already caught one nice freshwater drum, had one gar on, popped off, had another one do a backflip in midair through the rooster tail at us. Been some fun already. So this is kind of our angles, folks. Seems like those other fish are setting out there a little bit deeper out there where my other rods are, and these gar are sitting in here by this gully. So I tried to get as good an angle as I could get. Oh, pop fish on, folks. Got him. Come on, buddy. Stay pinned. Yeah, he's running at me. He's running at me. Oh, whoa, buddy. Whoa, come on. Stay pinned. What do we got, folks? Come on. Stay pinned. That's not fighting like a gar. What do we got, folks? That's fighting pretty good, whatever it is. I don't want to pull this too hard. Those are very, very thin wire hooks. That's going over my other rods. Dang it. Get back here. Get back here. Mortal Kombat. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, sorry. That's an old joke. Oh, popped off. That was a gar right by the. Ah. Man, them things are hard to keep hooked. I fought that perfectly. I mean, I didn't pull that too hard. The suckers just will not stay pinned. There's a bite on worm again. Come on, buddy. Come on, hit it. So that was a big spotted gar. That was a bright green colored one too. Love to have got that as a bite on corn. Ooh, come on, buddy, hit it. That was a bite on corn, folks. We're getting bites on both rods. Which one do I set the hook on? And he didn't bother it, but he was hitting on that. So I finally found a distance to where these fish are holding these bigger ones because that was something interesting. I'm still getting a bite on worm. I think I might be trying to push my limits here a little bit. What did he do to it? I think he got all the bait, majority of it, anyways. He was really trying. Look at that. Just about knocked that. If I'd have set the hook on that fish, I'd have missed him. I didn't like that cast. Did not like it. Make sure that's still slipping. Yeah, it's stuck on there. Now that happens on occasion because this is not a swivel design. It'll wrap around the line on occasion. It doesn't do any damage. It just stops it from slipping. And that is like friggin' knotted on there. Sheesh. Really? That sucker's knotted on there. I might have to retie that. I don't want that I don't want. I'm glad I didn't set the hook on that now. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't set the hook on that. So that line is knotted right there. I have to crap. I have to get that down as far down by the hook as I can. Snap that off. And I'm just gonna have to retie this. There's no other way around that. That's probably the reason why that fish didn't hit it all the way because he was feeling that weight. The sinker's just got a little bit too much friggin'. Alright, it's gonna take a minute. I gotta clean this eye out. It's way too much of a tag end on there. It's just a ton of monofilament on that hook. It's built up over a few ties, so got to clean that hook off of all that crap, and then I've got to reopen that hook because when you melt monofilament off of an eye with a lighter, it'll seal your hook back up. It'll seal the eye up, so you won't be able to get a hook through it. So you just got to pop through that, and that should be opened up enough. Just give me a second here, folks. We're working on it. Yeah, that's the reason why that fish was kind of pecking on it, and he didn't hit it all the way because that sucker was tied around the tip very, very lightly. I mean, that was tied around the weight stop and it was knotted up. So just take me a minute to retie that hook, and that stuff's frayed. Another good thing to do, folks, when you retie is to take an inch or two of line off right where you tied that hook on, because that's usually where your biggest frays come, and that area too weakens quite a bit. See, I'm having trouble getting it through that eye because I had to seal that. I got my clippers in there somewhere, folks. But if I've ever, I had 3 pair recently, and I'm back down to one because I'll forget them down here, and they'll disappear in the sand in the night. No joke. Huh. They'll just go, they'll bye. They'll just disappear on us. Seriously, grab onto that stick and won't let go. Little piece of bark. That would have been a nuisance if I'd have had a fish on. Where did that lighter go? Need to trim this tag end up. This. Sorry about the delay in the action, but it's still too long of a tag end. Geez, that did virtually nothing. All right, that's okay. All right, we're back, folks. We're back and rigged up again. Yeah, our weights it tied around the base of the hook, and that's not good when it does that. All right, that is slipping okay again. Yep. Yeah, because when that last fish hit it, he must have felt the weight of that. The weight of that weight, and just let it go. Come on, corn. And I gotta get these rods back out, and then I can get back into chat. See if I can get another gar on. That was that last one we had right up to the bank. In fact, that was then about a foot or two of it. That was maybe 5 or 6 pounds. That was a good one. Bad piece of corn. Now this takes a minute to string this stuff on here properly. Got to get it on there right, and that looks good. And that's just a little bit off the bottom. Perfect. Back out here. About right. Right where the current and back current meet. One rod back out. Let's get our worm rod back out as well. And this one was getting a number of bites. It's just the little stinkers won't hit it all the way. They'll grab it, and we've gotten one drum on it though, so it's definitely working. Where they're back, they're stacked in there today. I'm hearing them smashing those fry back there. Let's see, 17 incredible people in. Let's see, 49 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Let's see, Pierce says AKA. Let's see, Jason says, hey, Pierre. Let's see, and Bong. How you doing today, Bong? Bong says hi. Let's see, Pierce says Jason. Let's see, and Melvin. Bad boy Melvin. How you doing today, Melvin? Melvin says, hell yeah, hello, everyone. And hi, Pierre. MBP and Jason. How you doing today, Pierre? Melvin. Bonnie says, oh, man. Let's see, Jason says, howdy, Melvin. Hey, that was still fun. That was a heck of a fight. Gail says, Gar are messing with you, Mike. Yep. They're hitting, though. That's one good thing. Jason says, got to get back to work, Mike, brother. All right, good luck on the rest of your day, my friend. Have a good one, and hope to see you soon. At the end, James. James says, go get him, Mike. James says, Carolina. Well, hello there. And Elliot, how you doing today, Elliot? Elliot says, fishing. Oh, you little stinker. Yeah, popping on that rod, good. Yeah, I don't think I need to put on 2 worms. Yeah, they were hitting that really, really good, so I think we'll cut down to 1. That way I might be able to hook some of these stinkers. Less bites, but you usually can hook them when you get them to hit. So we're going to put on 1 worm instead of 2. Good cast. We want that right out past that rock ledge. Tighten that right back up and get back into chat. That's the end, James. James says, hello. Let's see. James says, hello, everyone. All right. See 19 incredible people in and seeing 49 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. I'm going to see if I can get another one of these gar hooked. Yeah, I've only got 6-pound fluoro on this one, so I can't fight them that hard to begin with. Up here comes our first train, folks. Yep, here comes our first train of the day. Oh, I don't want him. I saw that already. Dang it. He's running in with it. Got him, folks. Fish on. Fish on, my friends. What do we got? That was our second freshwater drum. Awesome. Hey, that'll go about 3/4 of a pound. Nice. All right, that's our second fish of the day, my friends. Hey, we're catching fish, getting bites on all 3 rods and catching fish. Hey, we're getting them to hit at least. Dang it, you little stinker. Had to get all mucky. Why do drum like to get all dirty, dang it? They're dirty old drum, you dirty old little dirty little. All right, here we are, folks. Yeah, that's a mean one there, folks. Second of the day, my friends. Gotta love it. Just in time for our train. Gotta love it. Check this guy in here close, folks. Incredible fish. Look at those colorations. And he's got a sandy drum. Drum's got sand on it. It's a sand drum. Get it? It's a, never mind. All right. Man, this is fun, folks. Yeah, you see the other side. He's all, yeah. All right, folks. Let's get him in here for his close up. Beautiful guy. Gotta love it. All right, buddy. See ya. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Wake up, buddy. Wake up. Yeah, they do that sometimes. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Yeah, he's gone. Yeah, I was hooked right in the lip, so. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, let's see what's going on in chat. Let's see. Bonnie with the train emojis. Let's see. And James says, Bonnie, hi there. Bonnie says, another drum. James says, drum are good eating. They are. I ate one. I ate one. Yeah, I ate one for lunch yesterday. Let's see. Bonnie's laughing her butt off, and Gail with the drum. Let's see. And Trey says, yeah, my guy. James says, Gail, hello. Let's see. Bonnie says, say cheese for the camera. Click. Let's see. Mahad says, and my friend, hi, my friend. How much fish so far? 2 freshwater drum, and we've had 3 gar hook. We've had one big one jump down there. We had another one right up to the bank, and we had another one just pull off right after the hookup. So 3. No, 2. Yeah, 2. With the fishy emojis. Let's see, 7 incredible people in and seeing 50 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. All right. We're looking good for chat. Let's get back out here fishing. We got to get our big our worm rod out again. Yeah, that was just on one little worm, folks. That was. I figured out they are not finicky today, so I don't have to worry about using a lot of worms at once. So just run the majority of that worm up the hook, right till you get to the end of it. Wrap that tag end. Don't even leave any of that dangling at all, and that's slack. Yeah, that's how the current is down here, folks. We're about 10 feet out from the bank with this corn rod, and she's still going slack. Yeah, she's slowed down quite a bit recently. Now that point sticking out over there, which is kind of slowing the current down. That cast sucked, Michael. It was horrible. You needed to be about 3 feet to the right and 2 feet out. Eh, that's close to the area. Pretty close. Close enough. Close enough. All right, that's rod's back. Let's see if I can get another gar on. Man, every time I try to go for one, something else hits on another. Yeah, that's a money shot. That's a money cast there, folks. I have my drag set way too loose. Come on, big guys. Come on. That was a perfect cast. Come on. Got to be a follower. Hop, hop. Hey, those small little pecks, I think those are like little skipjack and stuff. Just too small to actually get that rooster tail in their mouth. They're just kind of nipping at the very back end of the trailer of this rooster tail. I don't want him. I saw him. I see him, folks. I see him. Ah, pop, 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 and I just missed him. No worries. Back out here. I wish this was a little more flat so that I could set my worms up a little bit better, but I usually set up the tripod where the fish are. I don't care how I'm setting, as long as I can get a straight camera angle. The cast, that's a good one there. And that looks like that drifted in shallower. So let me see what's going on with it. Maybe I need to put some more corn in the water. Maybe I need to put some more bait in the water. All right. Every time I try to do one thing, something else hits on me. Yeah, I'm more surprised I haven't hooked like a big striper or something on this rooster tail yet. There's got to be some over here, and this little fire tiger looks so much like a little baby grass carp or carp or something. Exactly what one of their main food sources are down here. It seems like they're down there by that gully. Means I got to walk down there and take a cast again. I wasn't spinning right. 2 out of 3 of those hooks are bent perfectly. I don't know why that third one is bent outward. Been bending it for quite a while, but I can't seem to get it to bend in right. Ah, can't get that bent in. I think this is one of them I got stuck in my backpack, and I had to bend that hook out. And I never got it bent back exactly right because I don't want to bend it too hard or it'll snap. All right, that looks better. That looks better. Come on, big gar. Come on, big catfish. Come on, big carp. Come on, drum. Drum buds. I know you're all around here. Another good thing about doing it like this, folks, is when I'm talking, I'm not bothering the fish over there because I'm way over here. A lot of times you'll get it where they'll start hearing me and realize, uh-oh, there's something going on. MBP's out fishing for us again. Bows up, pop, dang it. Woohoo. I let him. I did what I was supposed to do. I felt that pop and kept waiting and waiting. Kind of a shame I can't get any bites over here, or I could put the rods a little closer to this gully, but as the water gets lower, this back here keeps getting shallower and shallower. And at some point, it gets too shallow for them to come back here. Snag. Get off it. That's just a little rock face. All right, one more cast, folks, before I come back and check that chat. Still not getting that quite far enough over there. All right, folks. Let's get back into chat. See what's going on. There's a bite on worm. I see you pecking on it. I saw you. I should probably just focus in on these bait rods, but man, these big gar are hard to resist going for. Let's see, 17 incredible people in it, seeing 52 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Let's see, Thomas says, your lucky spot. Let's get them. At the end, Cuz. How you doing today, Cuz? Cuz says Mike. Cuz says hello, chat. Let's see, James says, Cuz, welcome. Oh, mayflies. Interesting. Let's see, James says, uh, pilers. James says, you're not as noisy as the trains that pass. Close, though. All right, we're looking good for chat. Hope you guys are enjoying the show today. And that was a bite on worm, so let me see what he did to it. Feels like he got the majority of it off. Yep, dang near cleaned it. Just got a little itty bitty piece of worm left. Yeah, we got 3 dozen, so hopefully that's enough to give us a couple hours out here. Get us at least one or two real big ones. We've caught 2 freshwater drum. There's a bite on corn. Ooh, I saw that peck. And he's still hitting it too. He's pecking on it real lightly. That line went slack on me. I didn't notice it. And he was pecking on it. I didn't even see the rod move. I saw the line pecking. Because there's like some little fry and minnows in the water here, and I just happened to look down and I saw that line pecking. And now it's too tight. See what he did to it. Nothing. Well, might be one. Might have knocked that corn off the hook. Because one of the kernels, I think, appears to be missing. I was pushed up just a little bit. And that's too far to the left. I don't want to get. That was right on top of where that snag is. I want to be right below it. I know I should probably fish on top of it to be able to get these fish to hit all the time, but I don't want to get all my stuff snagged, folks. I really don't. And honestly, I'm starting to think about switching this one word rod up. Instead of using corn on that one and worm on this one, I might switch them up here. Good cast, folks. It's out there right past that rock ledge. Out there right past that. All right, where are we in chat here? Let's see. Dan, how you doing today, Dan? Dan says, "Hey, Mike, how's it going? Going okay, my friend. It's getting closer and closer to the first of the month. We're still living down here, trying to make it, but soon enough we'll be able to move into a new spot, move into a new home." Let's see. Dan says, "Hey, chat." Let's see. And Bonnie says, "Fish sure know how to chew them worms off. Definitely. They have had some quite a bit of practice. I think it's like a inherited race memory or something with these guys." James says, "Dan, hello." I think Kevin says the bottom there, where you're fishing, have to be very sandy. Yeah, okay. The majority of it's sand here, right? We've got like rock, like spots. A lot of this sand is like, oh, I'm saying like too much. A lot of this sand has been deposited over the last 2 or 3 years since they redid this bridge. And this used to be all rock right here. But as that sand started coming back, it started making these little sandy bars. We've got a little rock face over here still, and then we've got a rock face plus some chunk wood here, and then it goes to sand again, and then another little rock face, and you know how that sand will just, yeah, I think you got the idea. It's rock over there though. All right, we're looking good, folks. Let's see if I can get another one on this rooster table. Come on, you guys. I know you are here. And the problem is I've got to get off far. I have to walk quite a distance to be able to get to the spot where these gar are hitting. Down here, they're traveling. They don't really want to smack at anything. But down there in that gully, They're chasing fry and stuff coming out of that little gully back there. And I could bring you guys down there for a minute, but then you wouldn't have access to the other rods. I want to get as much potential fishing action on the camera as possible at once. And I know this is a distance away, but the only way to do it is to get that cast in there into that gully, let that sink, and come back a little bit. I didn't get far enough back there with that icy bite worm. I see him hitting it. I see him hitting it, folks. Pop, 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 pop. Come on, guys. I could bring the camera a little bit closer, I guess. But you'd miss part of the rod tips on these rods. Oh, dumb. That was great. I keep forgetting how long this other rod is. If I lift it up, I can hit my other rod. I've done that a couple times recently. It's unintentional. And let's see what he did to it. And tried. And that worm has been chewed pretty good. It's just not casting. That's just real, folks. That's not me. That's better. Get that out there a little bit further. I'll take one more cast with this rooster tail out here, right by this rock face again. And don't ask me why they don't hit out there, but they don't. And watch me get one hook this now. Oh, big fish. Massive fish just pulverized something out there deep. Hoping you guys saw that on the feed. Look at all those gar hitting the surface out there. And I got to take one cast up at the surface out here. There's a school of them out there. That right up at the surface. Close as I can get it. No. See, when they're traveling, they don't really hit at things. They're going from point A to point B. Gar are pretty finicky like that. They got to be stationary in a location for them to want to hit stuff. See, James says, Dan, hello. Let's see. Kevin says, yep, got you. Let's see. James says, chocolate or vanilla on the sandy bars. Chocolate, always chocolate. Although a nice vanilla milkshake is pretty good. See, 9 people in and 65 thumbs. 65 thumbs up. Awesome. I know that's. Yep. 65. Let's see, Abby. How you doing today, Abby? Abby says hi. And see, James says, Abby, hello. Yeah, if you want to pin that up, Abby, we've caught two freshwater drums so far. So if you want to put that in chat, I'll pin that up for you, my friend. And our signals are looking okay, isn't it? I can't really tell from. No, we're looking okay. Probably should put top water on out here. They're hitting so close to the surface. Again, a bite on worm. Ah, you stinker. Mm. He's pop, 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 popping it. These little stinkers can be hard to hook. I'm looking around, folks. The few big ones I've seen have been out there quite a distance. And there's no way I'm going to be casting for those. These are all like medium-sized fish. Now, they're still good fish, but still nice 4, 5, 6, 7 pound fish. Not those big, massive 20 and 30 pounders. I'm only seeing those out deeper today. That corn got knocked off the hook, didn't it? Interesting. Yeah, part of that corn's missing. I could push this up the line a little bit, make it just a little further off the bottom. Give it another inch or two. See if that'll get him to hit. Let's see what's going on in chat. Oh, let me get that pinned up for you, Abby. Let's see. Where are you in chat here? Yeah, there it is, Abby. Thank you, Abby. Appreciate it. Thank you. That's a big one just hit the surface right there. I wonder if I should probably switch this from worm to corn. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. We're going to switch rods. Now we're gonna keep this rod in the same location. We're just going to switch baits. I'm going to put corn on that far rod and worm on this closer one. I need to see what's here first, so I better double up that worm. At least on the first cast. Put a small worm on with a medium size. That way I don't use up our bait so quickly. Now it's a bite on worm over there. Pecked on it. Made that line go slack. That's not a very good cast, Michael. That's just this amount of weight And with this line, I should be like doesn't shouldn't take much force to get it out there. That's where I wanted it. And instead of wasting that worm, I'll see if something hits that one. Right now, we've got worm on both rods, so I'm just waiting to see if something gets that worm off before I switch her to corn. To freshwater drum. Let's see. Abby says, uh, beautiful drum fishing. Yep. We've also been hooking some nice gar, but we haven't been able to keep them pinned. And there's a bite on worm. Right, pick, 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 almost instantly. Oh, how did I miss that? Because this stupid drag is like super loose, of course. There's no reason why that drag should have been loose. I haven't had just traveling with your equipment. All it takes is a couple bumps, and your drag is instantly loose. That's a pretty good peck bite, whatever that was. Good cast. Got to put a little bit more oomph on it today. I don't know why. The line's just not casting as good as it usually does, and that was a bite on that one. Very lightly pecking on it. Come on, dude. How can I miss those bites? There might be enough worm on there. Let me take one more cast with it. Yeah, the harder I cast this thing, the less it casts. And the magnetics and everything are all loose, so she should cast good, but she doesn't. Softer I cast it, the better it casts. So if I get in too much of a hurry, I wind up not casting out. That's just a weird rod. It's real. It does not want to cast right. And he says, I got it. You do, my friend. See. Let's see. Ali, how you doing today, Ali? Ali's from Indonesia. Awesome for you to come in. I hope you enjoy the show today. And I got to go to channel on this one probably. Let's see. And Pray. How you doing today, Pray? Pray says hi. Let's see. And James. James says hello. Let's see. Abby says, yep, one. You got it right, Abby. James says, two freshwater drum. Yep, you got it. And he says, you're welcome. And seeing Sarah. How you doing today, Sarah? Sarah says hi. Abby says, hi, Carolina. Let's see. Sarah says, I love fishing. You're in the right channel then, my friends. Man, how do I just pop, 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 and just... Man, these guys are getting me today, folks. I got to put corn on one of these guys because they're going to eat me out of house and home fast. I only dug 3 dozen, and if they're going to hit that quickly, I'm going to have to watch what I'm doing. Especially when that kind of stuff happens. Push that thing down there 20 times, and the 21st time, then it decides to fall over. Those are good bites, folks. Same as that one. See him pecking on it? Bing, 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 and just man, there's so little worm left on there. Let's see if he'll hit even that even tinier piece. And now that casts like a bullet way out there when there's almost no weight, no bait on her. Almost no. There's still a little bit. This is the one that I don't even know what's out here right now. I'm gonna see what the heck this is. And interesting how that went through the eye like that. Huh. I'm still pecking on it too. I'm still pecking on it. Still pecking on it. Still. I had to hook one of these guys eventually. Not that big of a hook. I should be able to hook it pretty much anything over about 4 inches long. I don't want to use any more worm on this one, so I'm just gonna have to take that little itty bitty piece off so I can put corn on her. Get at least one rod out here with corn. Now this one's got to be stringed on just right because this is a heavier line. Ping ping, I see him. Ping 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 ping. Got him, folks. Fish on. What do we got? Man, those little snickers are hard to hook. All right, they getting smaller. That's our third freshwater drum, folks. Yeah, it's about a half pound, but man, that's a pretty little guy. Take a look at the silvers on that guy. Beautiful little fishy. Man, that is a pretty little silvers, folks. Look at that. Look at that tail flapping. Pretty little guy, folks. Gotta love it, my friends. Hey, we're still catching fish. That's our third drum of the day. Number three. Yeah, these guys are awesome, folks. Awesome little fishy. All right, buddy, let's get the hook out of you and get you back in the water. See, where are you? Like right in the lower part of the jaw. All right, I think I got that hook out. Yeah, I got her loose, so just gotta. There we go. It's out. No muss, no fuss, no blood. All right, see you, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciated. All right. Let's get this rod back out here and we'll get Max to some fishing and get back to the chat. Hope you guys are enjoying the show today, my friends. And happy Monday. Happy Monday. Yeah, I know I didn't stream yesterday. I had to take one day off. Yeah, I have to take a day off every once in a while, folks. It's it happens, I'm afraid. Tell you what, let me get this camera just a little bit closer to us. I might have had the right idea earlier when I had the camera just a little bit closer. All right, I think that will do. Yeah, I might have had the right idea when I put a little bit closer earlier. All right, that looks pretty good. And that, I'll leave the tip dangling. All right, it's on the bottom. And I was trying to get our big rod back out with some corn, and that fish hit. So I was about ready. I had maybe one or two more kernels to go on here. One more and two more. All right, we might have another train coming, folks. Might have another train. Sounds like it. Let's see if it's turning or not. All right, both rods are back out. All right, let's get back into chat. Yep, another train. Another train, my friends. All right, who was that? Well, I missed some spots in chat here. Let's see. Abby says hi, Caroline. Let's see. James says Sarah, hello. Let's see. Sarah says, have you caught anything? Yep, we've caught 3 freshwater drums so far, and we've had like 3 or 4 big gar hooked already. Bonnie says, welcome in all new viewers. Please hit that like button and subscribe. And Pup, how you doing today, Pup? Real Pup says, what happened to the coffee container? Oh, it's right here. Oh, you mean my worm bucket? Yeah, I don't no need to take it when I'm only taking a few dozen worms. Now, if I'm taking 70 or 80 worms, I want that big bucket, but I can't get that many worms right now, so there's no reason to bring her. As a bite, just kind of pecked on it and let it go again. Yeah, with just a couple, with like 3 dozen worms, we don't really need it. See, boy, that's an interesting one. I'm sorry if I mess up your name here, but Soyd, how you doing? Uh, Soy Dolls. Soy Dolls says hi. How you doing, Soy Dolls? Yep. Let me repin that. Looks like Bonnie got it first. Uh, well, let me see if I can get this. I gotta see what's going on here in chat. See if I can read this right. Drumfish. I tell you what, I'll pin Abby's up. She's got Yep, there you go, Abby. That's bite on. Looks like bite on corn. Let's see. Bonnie says number 3 drums of fish of the day. Let's see. Pup says yep, 3 drum. Abby says 3 drumfish. Abby says I got it. You got it, my friend. Let's see. Abby says, hit that like button and go subscribe. Let's see. Double your screen. Let's see. Gail with the nice drum. Thank you, Gail. Let's see. Old timer. How you doing today? Old timer says, fishing for carp. That would be nice. We've got worm and corn out here, so we have the potential of catching carp and other species. With corn, you've got carp, grass carp. Uh, Fish on, folks. He was sitting there with it. He was sitting there with it. Awesome. Man, that's bait size. That's our fourth freshwater drum. That's a little guy, but still, fish is a fish. Fish is a fish, my friends. Yeah, that's bait size, but we're not going to keep it for bait. We got worm and corn. That's good enough. Well, hooked you on the outside of the mouth. Wow. That's strange. I usually never hook these guys on the outside of the mouth. You must have just snapped at it. Yeah, that's like a little quarter pounder, folks. That's a little dank, but hey, a fish is a fish, folks. Ah, why? Why, fishy? Why? Now I gotta clean you off, buddy. Sheesh. I gotta give him a bath now. Little stinker. Gotta love it, my friends. Gotta love it. Yeah, that's our fourth. That's the smallest of the day yet, but hey, a fish is a fish, my friends. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. All right, buddy. See ya. Yeah, I know he's bait size, but we're not gonna keep for bait. Hopefully, he'll hit one day when we're fishing for catfish. Primarily. Now we are fishing with worms, so we've got a decent chance of getting some channel catfish and blue cat down here. Not as good of a chance. And it's what we're out here, folks, to catch. We're out to catch fish. Ain't got to be monsters every day. I know our last feed we got a nice 15-pounder, but and that doesn't mean we're not going to get any big ones. I mean, there's still some nice fish. A lot of bubbles over here. They just kind of don't seem to be feeding heavily. I put corn here a number of times, and usually you'll see them coming in here making a ruckus. They're not really doing it today. They're just kind of coming in here really lightly and grabbing some food and going back out. Let's see. Abby says, "Yep, 3 drum. You got it, Abby. Let me put that down." No, actually, we've gotten 4 now. Yeah, that's our fourth freshwater drum, Abby. Sorry about that. Man, I didn't mean to retract that message. Let's see, Liz. I'm sorry about that, Liz. Liz says good. Liz says yes. Abby says, yep, 4 freshwater drum. You got it that time. Yeah, again, I'm sorry about retracting that message, Liz. That was unintentional. Yeah, again, I'm sorry about that, folks. There you go. Thank you, Abby. Liz says yes. Abby says, yep, we got it. Let's see, and Liz says, gee. I see nobody. How you doing today, nobody? Nobody says nice. Oh man, they're hitting every cast out here right now, folks. Let's get this back out here. I might hit a school, these guys. Which is a good thing I've got the corn rod over there. That way I can still at least get one rod out here with something for other species. Cast sucked. It really did. Got to redo that. That should be out. Yeah, there. Yeah, I don't mind. I love drum, folks. They fight. Let's see, and see nobody with a star. Thank you for that gem, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for those gems. Abby says hi, Nicole. Let's see, Makita says I enjoy you watching you, Mike. I do appreciate that, Makita. One of our newest friends from South Africa. Let's see, Liz says nice. Thank you, Liz. There are sticks coming out of the water. It looks like out of the ground. Abby says four freshwater drum. Let's see. Nobody says I hope you're doing well today, Mike. Doing okay. Back's getting kind of sore from sleeping on the ground, but eh, it happens when you're sleeping out here. It's had some raccoons keep me up half the night too, as well. Abby says, "How many fish are you hoping for? As many as I can catch, Abby." Abby says, "You're welcome." Again, thank you, my friend. Let's see. Bonnie says, "I think you did it a school drum. It is very possible." Let's see. Nobody says they are biting good today. Yep, they are. I can literally go down here with this rooster tail and take a cast or two and get almost an instant gar on, but getting those guys landing them is a trick because I've had three of them on already today, and I just picked that line up and he pecked on it. Yeah, tried, almost got all that worm off. Look at that, just peck, peck, peck. Ah, stop doing that, you stupid. Ah, and there goes all my worms out. Come here back, guys. I can't afford to lose you guys yet. At least wait until you try to get eaten by the fishies before you try to escape, you little stinkers. Yeah, I dig this thing into the ground almost an inch and it's still falling down on me. Yeah, there's some raccoons kept me up half the night last night. I think it's their rutting season. I might put this a little bit shallower because I think I'm missing bites because they're hitting it and I'm not feeling it in time. And that's too far to the left and not far enough out. And I got a wing knot in the line, of course. Look at that. Why are you spinning, dude? Be one thing if I had a rooster tail on this line, but I don't. Shouldn't be spinning like that. Better. This water's cleared up quite a bit, folks. We've got at least 2 feet of water clarity down here. I know it still looks muddy, but man, a big one. That was a big old common carp. Just did somersaults out here in the middle. Well, I hope you guys saw that on feed. Nope, it was right off feed. Just like 3 feet to the left over there. Man, I need 2 ounces of weight to hold out there. That current's ripping. And we've got some back currents in here shallower, but when you get out there a little bit deeper, it gets heavy current. Most rivers have some type of back currents and stuff on them. And I got to go for a couple casts for these gar again. I got to do it. It's been a couple minutes, but I got to try. See if I can get another one of these guys on. Oh, pop. Come on. Dang it. Right when I get back where that water is, I usually get a smack. And he popped at it pretty hard. Let's do that again. Seems like they're right in that one spot back there, too. Didn't make it far back there. Yeah, I don't bring the worm bucket unless I'm digging more than a couple dozen, because I only bring that big thing with me to keep large amounts of bait alive. Because if you dig 70 or 80 worms and you try to keep them in a little container, they're all going to die. Big one jumped out there again. That was way out there too. I see him hitting that worm again. Big guys, I know you're back here. Wasn't far enough out. Wasn't far enough down. Man, just think if you had some minnows or something down here, how what you could do with these gar. Had a little minnow on a bobber or something down here. I bet they just pulverize that sucker every cast. Oh, come on. One more. Get that back there, all the way back there. Almost. So close. Dang it. All right, let's see what's going on with this worm rod, and we will check that chat. I've had a couple bites on her. I saw them down there, but nothing really hit it all the way. Eh, chewed on again. Yeah, we're digging back into our hollows to get these guys too, folks, because this is late in the season to be getting night crawlers. Be honest, I usually can't even get them this time of the year because it's usually dried up. But we've had a lot of rain this season, and kept a lot more of them alive than normal. They haven't gone down either. All right, that's pretty good. We're gonna let that sink. Get off me, fly. And we are coming. We're gonna come back in the chat. You guys are enjoying the show today. Let's see. They are biting pretty good. Yep, they are. That's in kid. How you doing today, kid? Kid says hi. Abby says hi, kid. And see nobody with the star. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you for those gems. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, Heather says, hope you're well, Mike. I'm doing okay, Heather. End of the month, it's hard to scrounge up enough change just to get a cup of coffee and a soda this time of the year. Especially with this other stuff going on. A lot of traveling, not a lot of time to make any kind of money. But that's why I'm out here, guys, enjoying chat with you guys, fishing, getting a little me time and getting a little time with my friends and family. Heather says, "Hey everyone," and getting to have some fun. Heather says hi. I see nobody says hey. Let's see, Jr. How you doing today, Jr.? Jr. says hi. Kid says hi, Abby. Kid says hi. And seeing Danny. How you doing today, Danny? Danny says hi. We got a big barge going down the river, folks. Nobody says, hey, fishy, fishy. That's the Hero Flynn. Is that the Ohio River? Nope, my friend. We're down on the mighty, muddy Mississippi. We're down in St. Louis, Missouri. That's Ian Rude. How you doing today, Rude? Rude says MVP. I think I got enough change on me to get a sody on the way back. Well, I have to go all the way over there to the gas station, and then I can get a sody, and then bite, folks. He's pecking on it. He's running in with it. Fish on, folks. Yeah, he was running in with it. What do we got? Man, that fish is running. Uh-oh. Popped off. What the heck was that? Dude, I think we had a gar. What the heck? Because that hook is completely exposed. I set the hook straight onto her. Yeah, I kept reeling in line and reeling in line. All of a sudden, that line was way in front of me. Man, that was our chance to get a gar. Because usually, if you get them on bait, you'll wind up hooking them. I set the hook good, folks. You saw how hard I set the hook. Man, a little stinker pecked once or twice, and then he just started running in with it. Let's get the back out here. That was weird how that fish ran all the way into the bank. I've seen gar do that with like cut bait and stuff, but only if you let them run with it. That fish just grabbed it and ran. Whatever. Rods are back out. See how you doing today, Rude? Let's see. Brian says, "Yep, the Mississippi River. You got it right, my friend." Somebody says, "Go get him, Mike." Honey says, "Nibble, nibble." The fish says, "Yeah, they like to nibble on it." Abby says, "You're welcome." I see nobody with the 100. Those 100 gems, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That was a bite on corn. I was very lightly pecking on that corn over there. Ooh, come on, buddy. Tell you what, if they're not in the shallows, they're out here a little deeper. I could move my big rod to our left. Again, thank you for those gems, nobody. Let's see, Paul. How you doing today, Paul? Paul says howdy. How you doing today, Paul? See, nobody says good stream today, Mike. Thanks, my friend. Kind of bouncing there on that one this time. Yeah, I think that was a gar because he was running in with it really fast. That's Ian Colbert. How you doing today, Colbert? Colbert says hi. Fishing with Colbert. Brian says, hey, Mike, how are you? Say you're in NJ Maniacs earlier. Fished with them a few times. Nice to see you guys. Support each other. I try to come in and drop a like and hang out for at least maybe half hour or so. I try at least once a day. I don't get in every day because I'm kind of a little preoccupado with trying to survival on the river row. Oh, on the rain. You know what I mean. You know what I mean, folks. You got to get up at 4 a.m. down here. I was up at 4 a.m., folks. I didn't get any sleep last night because some stupid raccoons were keeping me up all night. That's what they were doing. Let's see. Dan says Brian. Brian says and thank you. Let's see. Colbert says I'm good and good and good luck. Thanks, Colbert. Yeah, laughing while that's what they were doing. Stupid raccoons and their rutting season and their all their yeah, trash pandas. Actually, these are wild raccoons down here. Yeah, they just pick through the rocks and everything, picking out crawfish and cleaning worms, hunting snakes and uh, eating berries. Well, yeah, these are wild ones down here. Let's see. Bambi says, "Howdy, guys. How you doing today, Bambi?" And thank you. And hi, Pat Mike. See him pecking on it down there. I can't. Think I might be in just a little bit too shallow for them. I'm gonna move this big rod up here just a little bit closer to you guys. We're gonna move this right past us because unfortunately, it doesn't seem like I can get them to hit it all the way over there. That's in just too shallow water. They're pecking on it and letting it go. We're gonna move this just a little bit right here. Changing your angles can really change things up because over here the current's ripping, right? Over here it's getting slower and slower and slower until right about where you guys are, it starts going back that way. I think there's some big grassies in here now. I'm starting to see a few hitting the surface. If you guys are keeping your eyes peeled, I've seen a few much bigger fish in the 15, 20 pound range popping the top. And they're not hitting the top very hard. They're just coming up and going right back down. But it was pretty cool this morning. It was in the 60s. It was like 68, 69 degrees. It was just pretty cool. And you can definitely feel falls on the way. I'm so glad I've got a place to stay after the first of the month. I just got to get there. I had a fire going this morning and didn't help all that much. I smell like I smell like wood. Wood. Ah, boy. I know some of my humor's a little eh. A lot of it's okay, but some of it I try. I try, folks. I fail a lot of times, but I try. Oh boy. All right, that's okay. That's where I wonder. And oddly enough, that didn't get a bite after I missed that last fish. That's weird. After I missed that last one, it all of a sudden stopped over here for the worms. That's why starting to think about moving further and further that way. Because you'll get 7 or 8 nice fish in a spot, 3 or 4. If you count those gar and stuff, we definitely had at least 7 nice fish on down here. Only landed 4 of them. Not no monsters. I mean, no river brutes, in fact, but still nice fish though. I'll take them any day of the week. They're fun size. Couple pounds is always fun size. Message retracted. Let's see. Bonnie says I used to have a raccoon. I fed it hot dogs. Yeah, they get a little aggressive as they get older. Uh, let's see. And Francis, how you doing today, Francis? Francis says hi. Gail says, "Crap, Mike. Talking to raccoons. Raccoons now. I wasn't talking no daggone rac." Oh boy. I guess I've been on the river too long. Let's see. Francis says hi again. Let's see. Wild says, "I know how you feel. I have a backyard for a few years before. Imagine sleeping in a hammock and having it happen right under you." Okay? He's talking about having raccoons right under him, and you're talking about me talking of the raccoons. Oh boy. Let's see. And Paul. Paul, how you doing today, Paul? Paul says, "Hey, Mike. How's it going, my friend?" "We're making it, Paul." Oh, that's a big grassy. Yeah, I saw that right up at the surface, right to our left. I need to get a bait over to that fish. Uh, I need to get bait over to that one. Uh, that was uh, that was a 15, 20 pounder. Let me pull this up just a little bit and get this bait right over to him. Yeah, he was a little bit over to the left, so we're gonna get this hopefully right on top of him. Right about, that's about where he hit too. Yeah, trying to keep the funds going till the end of the month is a lot harder than you think when you're running back and forth and got no way to keep food. You got to keep getting other stuff. Is Can't keep anything fresh. I usually have a big thing of canned goods and stuff, but I can't keep that stuff right now. But we're making it, folks. We are making it. There's a lot of active fish down here right now. It's just there's a lot of smaller ones in here with them as well. I'm seeing fish hitting the surface every few seconds. Let's see. Pierce says hi, Paul. Bonnie says, nothing wrong with that. I talk to all wildlife. Let's see. Bonnie. Paul says, hey, Pierre. 14 incredible people on it, seeing 95 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. There he goes again. That fish just comes up. I mean, that corn's got to be right underneath him. I got to give him a handful. Shh. Be very, very quiet. We're hunting big grass carp. Did I just imitate Elmer Fudd? I did. Oh boy. Ah, boy. Abby says hi, Paul. Let's see. We're looking good for our angles. You can pretty much see that entire gully. That can we see that edge of that concrete down there? Well, not completely. As I think you might be. He ran through that line. I saw that line move. Yeah, he's in here, folks. And that's the second or third time I've seen that fish come up. And I threw some corn in right where he came with this bite of worm. Oh, dang it. Didn't get any of the worm off. Got right back out there. I think this is more the angle that we should be fishing because I can fish this entire like spot with worm and hold out there a little deeper with this lighter line. At 20-pound test, I'm going to need an ounce of weight to hold out there, and I'm not going to be able to get those little stinkers to hit that heavier line. Let's see, Wild's laughing his butt off. Let's see, Dan says, I imitate Elmer. To Mike, for a giggle. Glad I'm not the only one. Yeah, I'm surprised I'm not the only one. All right, let's see if I can get one of these big old gar to hit again. And hopefully not lose my big rod in the process. Good cast. That's way down there. Now those rocks are coming out more and more. Water's still dropping. And it's dropped about a quarter of an inch since I've been here. That might be what's going on. These fish are on the move because with the water dropping at some point they've got to get out of where they are. They're going to get stuck. We're just getting a few as those schools are passing by. I think I saw that worm rod bounce. Be sure, in fact, it hit. Oh, yeah, I see what's happened. She drifted way down. There's a bite though. Folks, fish on. What have we got? That's pretty good, whatever it is. Uh oh. Stay on, buddy. That is something big. I wasn't hitting it very hard, but we got him. What do we got, folks? Loosen up that drag a little. Come here, big girl. What are you? Man, that's diving, whatever it is. Shaking his head like a grassy, but I'm not sure yet. She's staying deep. and running up current. I'm a big girl. What do we got? There's a big Asian carp just swam by. Boy, this is fighting weird. That's staying deep, diving, really getting into the structure. I don't want this fish to keep going down. That's as hard as I can pull her. Bubbles. Huh. Bubbles, folks. That's interesting. This fish has got an air bladder, whatever it is. Man, come on, girl. Let me see you, whatever you are. I think I felt that back dorsal fin. Look at that fish. That is just not wanting to stop, folks. Come on, girl. Stay pinned. That is not fighting like a grass carp, folks. What was that? Dang it. Come on, girl. This fish is just not wanting to quit. And I keep feeling a back dorsal fin. I think we either got a buffalo or common carp on. Look at that fish running up current. Not many fish has got the power to be able to do that. And I know my other rod is like in the way bad. Kind of trying to keep this fish a little bit over here right now. But this does not want to come off the bottom. Buffalo. Yep, buffalo, folks. That's a big buffalo. A big one, too. Yeah, they got a top dorsal fin like a common carp. When, when, when you when they'll turn, your top part of your line will hit that top fin. That's about 10 pounds. That's a big buffy. Yeah, she's tuckered out, folks. Come on, girl. Get you in here. Oh, yeah, nice buffalo. Come here, girl. Come here. Don't have to shed the shoes on this one. I think we got her, folks. Yeah, that's a 10. That's an easy 12, 10, 12 pounds. Oh, yep. We got her. We got her, folks. Hook is out. Boy, check out the colorations on this guy. Just, yeah, these are the guys that like to try to break your ribs. Yeah, check out those. Check out that whitest color. Nah, that's a nice 8 or 10 pounder. We're gonna go 10 on this one. So this is a river monster, our first river monster of the day, folks. Beautiful. I love it. Yeah, that is a nice buffalo, folks. I haven't got one of these guys in a while. Incredible. Look at those white, almost albino-ish colors. Yeah, this guy must have been coming out of some really deep water. Beautiful fish, my friends. And he's got a little muck on his eyeball there. I know that must be a little bit uncomfortable for that fish. I'd love it. Ah, check that guy out, folks. Incredible. That is one beautiful fish. Let's get her in close for you guys to check out. I love it. I love it, my friends. All right, girl. Look at that where that mouth is down there. Tiny little mouth right underneath there. Kissy fish. Mwah. Well, yep. Oh, now you didn't like that. You see her trying to smack me in the face. All right, girl. See what happens when I try to kiss the fish? And they don't like me kissing the fish. Justin can kiss the fish, but when I do it, I get smacked. Go fig. All right, girl. I love it. Look at that fish. Beautiful. All right, girl. See ya. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, we got a river monster for you guys. Might not have been a grassy, but it's still a river monster. All right, let's get this rod back out. I looked over, saw that rod pecking, and ran for her. Better check my knots before I get this hook back out here. That was a big one. I was pushing that line to its limits. All right, no phrase there. And let's see. Okay, we've got some phrase here. Uh, Still looks pretty good. I think that'll do. I don't have to retire yet. Hang on, folks. Let me get this rod back out, and I'll come check that chat. Okay. So let's see. 4 freshwater drum and a big buffalo. If you're in Abby, you never know what's going to be hitting down here. From day to day, it can change completely. That's probably what's been hitting on this corn that won't hit it all the way. We're in our chat, folks, so we can get right back in. Bambi says, starting to sound like Coon Pap Mike. Time to stop laughing out with them. Hang out with them. I got you. That's the. Oh boy. Let's see. Wild's laughing his butt off. A bite on worm already. Got him, folks. Fish on. And we still got our line slack from our previous. That's actually pretty good, whatever it is. Starting to fight. Thought that was kind of small at first. Another freshwater drum. Awesome. So that's our 5th freshwater drum. And it's another nice pounder. That's over a pound, about a pound and a quarter. So 5 freshwater drum and a big buffalo today. Incredible, folks. Man, these guys are active today. Every single cast down here, I'm getting bites. Finally starting to hook some of these guys. 5 freshwater drum and a buffalo. Yeah, they like doing that, don't they? You little stinker. Now you got all dirty, and now you're gonna have to wait for a minute before I get you back to doing drum things. And I do not want to know what a drum does, because I've been in your head. I don't like it. I don't. All right, awesome fish, my friends. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Yeah, that's a nice like pound and a quarter, easy. Beautiful fish, folks. Gotta love it. All right, buddy. See ya. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciated. All right, let's get back in the chat here for a minute. Uh, let's see. Dan says, I can't believe it. How long the river is now from when I started watching. Oh, how low it is. Yeah, and she'll get lower. I mean, she'll get to the point where there's, 5 or 6 feet of rocks going down that way. I did some live streams last October and November when this water gets really low. Let's see, Dan says, big fish. Let's see, Bambi with the, I don't know what kind of thing that is. Let's see, I think that's a penguin. Let's see, Abby says, how many fish? Let's see, 5 freshwater drum and a buffalo now. Abby says, fish on. Bambi says, let's go. Let's see, Danny says, big cat. I was hoping it, but I'll take the big buffalo any day of the week. Let's see, Dan says, sturgeon. It is possible. You never know what's going to hit down here. Bambi with the explosion emojis, let's see, the penguin emojis and the fishy emojis. Abby says fishing. And Gail says, I don't know what it is. And Kevin says, it's a big cat. Bambi with the fishies. Let's see, Bambi with the shouting. I can't take it. Let's see, Bambi with the #1 YouTube. Thank you, Bambi. Nobody says, get him, Mike. Let's see, Denny says, woo, let's go. Let's see, Bambi with the awesome. Let's see, Gary says, fish on, let's go. Let's see, Mama Lynn. How you doing today, Mama Lynn? Mama Lynn says, let's go, Mike. I got to get this one rod back out. I got to do it. It's been out of the water too long. It belongs out there. It definitely belongs out there. Definitely. Yeah, funny how I put this other rod over here and I'm getting bites. I had the same technique, the same weight, the same everything on that bigger rod, and they were like, we'll hit the lighter line. We'll hit the 8-pound test. But we ain't hitting that 20. That ain't gonna happen, MVP. You just wasting your time. That sounds like a joke, but not so much. Nobody says, let's go, Mike. Let's see, Denny says a 10-pounder is a nice fish of any kind. You got it right, my friend. And he says, hey, go time. Let's go. Let's see, Mama says, wow. Let's see, Bonnet says, no splash bath. No, those buffalo I can get in pretty easy. I just have trouble with those grassy sometimes. Nobody says, that is awesome, bro. Kevin with the explosions. Thank you guys so much. One says, what an awesome fish. Thank you guys. Let's see Barry with the #1 emojis and the heart emojis. Then yep, she is pretty. Let's see. Then he says, nice Mike. Wheel in. Reel in. I got you. Let's see. Carolina says, oh my God. Carolina says, let's see. Brian says, sweet. Good job, Mike. Thank you, my friend. Nobody says, great job. Let's see. Bambi says, hi, Kevin. Woo. Carolina says, gorgeous. Yep, that was a gorgeous one, my friends. Let's see. Gail says, you mean bison? Oh, yeah, bison. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Let's see. Mama says beautiful. Let's see. Bambi with the heart emojis. Every once in a while, I'll get something wrong. Oh, dang it. Missed him. I'm having to set this hook fast, folks, because if they're buffalo, if I'm getting a peck bite, that means at least something near the hook is in close to their mouths. A lot of times they nose up to these worms and they give them a couple good tastes. And if even something is off, if that worm is eating something a little, they'll let it go. Now it's much different than the store bought ones. The store bought ones they usually don't even touch, but still, man, that's what's hitting over here. There's some big carp and buffalo out here just a little bit further out. Let's see. Gary says, "Is that an albino?" No, I believe that was just a small a long nose hardtack buffalo. Let's see, Ahmad. How you doing today? Ahmad just for luck. Thank you, Ahmad. Hope you enjoy the show. Nobody says, what a cool fish. Ahmad says, great catch. Thank you, my friend. Bonnie says, kiss the camera. Let's see. Bambi says, yes, sir. Let's see. Bambi says, woo. Gail says, nice fish. Thanks, my friend. Jenny says, a river beast. Now, this barge is going to make some traffic, folks. Nobody says, I know that was so fun from Mike. Good job. Amelin says, best fishing channel. We might be packing up here for a minute, folks. Let's see, and Grace. How you doing today, Grace? Grace says hi. Dan says, good day, MVP. Mike, and nice carp. That's actually a buffalo. That's a species of sucker, but you're close enough. A lot of people do that, including me. I did it for quite a while. I call them buffalo carp, but they're actually a species of sucker. Let's see, Bambi says, that was fun and good fish. Let's see, nobody says MVP fishing number one. Okay, Carolina says fish on. Gary says fish on. Abby says nice, Caroline. Mama says fish on. Let's see, Bambi says woo. Bambi, and you got it right there, Kevin. 5 fish, water drum, and a big buffalo. Yeah, we're gonna have to back the stuff off here in a minute because we just had that massive barge go by. Let me pin that up for you, my friend. Assuming I can find that in chat. And there we go. There you go, Abby. Or is that? I'm not sure who that was. I wish I wouldn't have lost my spot in chat. It just backed itself off. Crap! I hate it when it does that. Yeah, there we go, Abby. I got it. It's actually 5 freshwater drum and a buffalo, Abby. Carolina got it right. Actually, Kevin got it right first. So let's see if I can. Yeah, Kevin got it right first. So I'll replace it with him right now, guys. Thanks, Kevin. Let's bite on that one. Oh man, just missed that one. Just a split second behind her. Hopefully, it won't take us long to get another fishy here for you guys. That slip or something because it looks lower than it was. I guess not. That barge is probably gonna mess up the works right now. And I can't believe I cast that corn over there right on top of that grass carp, and he wanted nothing to do with it. That's weird. They usually pulverize corn eventually. Yeah, Kevin got it right first that time, Abby. Let's see, Bambi with the fishy emojis. Let's see, Abby says, what number of fishing? I see him hit it again. Come on, buddy. There goes my worms. Just, just fell for no reason. Just, I wasn't even near that worms, and they just still fell over. Hang on, we'll try to get another one here. Come on, guys. Yeah, they're hitting it almost as soon as it hits the bottom. Let's see, nobody says. All right. Oh, come on, dude. Sheesh, how can I miss those fish? Hang on, let me do this, and I'll try to see if I can figure this out. Let's see, Carolina. And enormous buffalo. Let's see, Mama says love it. Let's see, nobody says nice one. Let's see, Bambi with the number one emojis. Thank you, Bambi. Let's see, Abby says, and go whatever that is. And he's just pecking on it. What he's doing is, as it's bouncing, he's nipping at it. So let's see if I can get this fish when he's got it in his mouth. And that barge really messed up the current. It's starting to rip again now. It was almost still down here. It's got to slow down. It's starting to. We're just gonna have to let that current slow down. Yep, Abby Galanonium. Abby says I got it. Let's see. Carolina says Mikey. Abby says love you, Caroline. Abby with the kissy emojis. Abby says thank you, Abby. So good to see you. Let's see. Carolina says kiss the fish, Mikey. Abby says good to see you too, guys. Right back out there. Doesn't seem to be caring about the amount of worm on, so let's get right back out there. Let's see. Abby says so beautiful. Carolina says hi, Abby. Abby says, love you, Caroline. Arnold says, keep going, Mike, bro. And God bless. Thank you, my friend. Let's see, and Steve. How you doing today, Steve? He says, I'm going to send you a chair. Couple bucks for a soda would be good. You can keep the dang chair. I like sitting like this. It's actually more comfortable than sitting on a chair for me. Uh, I'm kidding, folks. Not so much. Let's see. Brantley says, "Good afternoon." Oh, dang it, dude! Even the tiny little piece of worm on there's still popping out there. I don't even think I need a whole worm right now. I just need a piece of one. And these guys are hitting so quick. I don't even think I need a whole worm on there. I'm just going to use a piece. And now the current started slowing down again. Let's see. Brantley says, "Good afternoon from Maine. Uh, 13 native brook trout today. Fly fishing. Nice. That sounds like some fun." Let's see. Mama says, Mike does need a good chair. I'm actually more comfortable like this. I have double jointed hips, so not sitting in a regular lawn chair hurts. Bambi says, "Hello, AK. Don't think I've met, and thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate it. The more the merrier." Yep, you got it right. And I think we got another train. Bambi says, "Agree, Mama." And 100. Up, yeah, we 11 people in and 111 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. And another train. Bonnie says, "I used to live near to Wrangley." Let's see him. Bambi says, "Hi, Bonnie." Mama says, "Can you give me a jacket, Mike, so I can connect with?" All right, let me let me do that for you. There you go. Let's see. Bambi says, "You're a great supporter to Pat Mike too." By the way, if you guys want to donate, PayPal and Cash App, linked in my description on my main channel. If you do, if you don't, that's okay. No worries. Helps out the channel so much, and right now we can use every penny we can get, folks. Trust me, every single dime counts. Because I was looking through my backpack last night trying to find enough change to make sure I could get a soda and a cup of coffee today. That's where every little dime and stuff you're picking up off the street when you're walking around comes in handy. Yeah, those donations are instantaneous. That way you can help out in emergencies like this. And they're confidential unless you want me to shout you out on the live stream. Let's see. Bambi says, "Yeah, he hasn't been fishing a lot, but I try to be here, and you're great. Thank you, Bambi." Let's see. Kevin says, "Thank you for the great fishing entertainment." You're welcome, Kevin. Oh, am I missing those little stinkers? Man, they're just smacking the heck out of that little piece of worm, and I'm still missing them. I got a little piece of worm on there. That's a little itty bitty. It's completely covered that hook. There's no way you can touch that worm without grabbing some part of that hook. Let's see. Bambi says, not today. User 5 drum. 5 drum and a buffalo so far today. A big buffalo, too. Now, little stinker is just nipping and nipping at it. Haven't had a chance with the way they're hitting this worm. Let's see, Munchie. How you doing, Munchie? Munchie says, good afternoon, y'all. Hope you're having a great day. And Matt, how you doing today? No, that's Macaw. How you doing today, Macaw? Macaw says hi. How you doing today, Macaw? Oh, gone that time, folks. Finally hooked him. What do we got? Now, little stinker's been pecking at it for 20 minutes. What do we got? Hey, a little channel cat. Our first kitten of the day. Awesome. Man, these guys have got some terrible, terrible claws, folks. More than on one occasion, we have bled well for these little kittens. Yeah, hang on, buddy. Let me get the hook out of you without you hurting me too badly. All right, the hook is out. Now let me show you off the YouTube, and then you can go back in the water and grow up and become a cat. And nope, he had to get out of my hand and become all dirty and mucky, and now we got to wash his butt off in the sand and in the water. And don't you hate it when your kittens get all in the sand and you got to wash them off and clean them up and put out their hair? No, wait a minute, that's the other type of kitten. Never mind. All right, there we go, folks. That's a nice little kitten. That's our first catfish of the day. They get real big down here too, folks. Which that's just a little baby. But that's our first catfish of the day. So let's see, 5 freshwater drum, and he still got me a little bit too. 5 freshwater drum, a big buffalo, and a channel catfish. Beautiful fish, my friends. I love it. Oh, yep, he is. Yeah, he wants to go back in the water, buddy. All right. Pretty little kitten. Meow, meow. Meow. You really want to claw me, don't you? I know you do. Hey, buddy. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciated. Hey, we're still catching them. That is fun. I don't care how big they are. Sometimes they're just fun. Took me a little while to hook that little stinker, but I finally did. All right, rod's back out. Let's get back into that chat. Hope you guys are enjoying the show today. Let's see. Bambi says, "Yeah, yes, we are." And thank you, Munchie. And let's go. Mama says, "Thank you, Mike. You're very welcome." Let's see. Gary says, "Hi, Mike, from South Wales. It overcast today. Yeah, it was bluebird skies earlier today." Mama says, "Thank you, Mike." Let's see. Who do we have here? SWAT. How you doing today, SWAT? SWAT says hello from Bonnie's husband. How you doing? Hope you're enjoying the show today, my friend. Let's see. Gary says hi, Mike. Let's see. Munchie says got a smart fly bugs bugging me every time I pick it. It hides flies from the swash hides from the fly swatter. I got you. One of them little stinkers. I know exactly what you're talking about. And those little suckers are smart. I was like, wait a minute, let me go get the fly swatter. Where'd he go? Oh, I'll go because I'll put it back. Hey, you're back again. You little stinker, let me go get it again. And about the 7th or 8th time, you just give up. It's like here's Here's just some leftovers. Leave me alone. And just leave me alone, fly. Yeah, eventually you just have to give up on them suckers. Let's see, Bambi with the emojis. Let's see, Bambi says, I get magazine. They work. Let's see, Bambi says, do you really mean they're smart? No, they're just sneaky. See, SWAT with a retracted message. Let's see, Medtones. How you doing today, Medtones? Medtones says kid folk. Bambi with the heart emoji. Bonnie says, bad kitty. Getting all dirty. Let's see, Bambi says, hi, SWAT. And thank you for coming in. Let's see, SWAT says, Dan, hello. Let's see, Bambi says, add catfish to the list, guys. Yep. If you want to put that in, I still see him in it. Missed him again. Now I think I'll put another little piece of worm on here. Another train, folks. We got another train coming in. And another loud one, too. Yeah, these suckers are loud down here. Let's see, Bambi says, hi, Med. Missed you. And thank you for coming in. Let's see, Bambi says, definitely. All right, 17 incredible people in and 117 thumbs up. All right, let's try to take a few casts with this rooster tail. See if I can get another gar on down here. I haven't had a gar hook for a while, so let's get in here shallow and see if I can get another gar. I stepped on my reel. I let that stupid barge go over my reel down here. Ah, I got that rock piece. Crap. Get off it. Didn't mean to. Just happened. I got just an inch too close. Good cast. I know. I see him, that little sucker pecking on it over there. Boy, remember when we started, folks? There was only a couple little rocks sticking out. Now look out in front of us. You could stand out on those rocks now without getting your feet wet. Ain't that something how fast that water's dropping? A big guard just hit the surface right there. Look at that sucker. I saw that. Let me take a cast at that. I saw where that fish was. I'm a little bit off of where he was. That's about where he was. That right up at the surface where he was feeding. Yeah, I see him pecking on it. Pretty pecking on it pretty good too. It's hard to do cast with an artificial and fish with two other rods because at least one of these suckers is probably going to go down. I need to refresh that bait because after he's popped on it like that a couple times, he's probably got the bait off for the most part. That was a pop, man. Hoo hoo hoo. I didn't set the hook, folks, because I that was just one whack, real hard at it. I need to refresh this one. Got most of that bait off. That corn just doesn't seem to be working today. Usually we get some bites on it, but today not so much. Good thing I dug 30 of these worms instead of, 30, 3 dozen, 36 instead of our usual 24, because it looks like that's what they're going to be hitting today. I haven't gotten a chance to stop and get a drink of coffee right now. It's been pretty much nonstop bites since I got here. Now I haven't hooked all that many of them because I don't know. A lot of smaller fish mixed in with these bigger ones today. I did get one strike over here. I don't know what that was. Sure the heck didn't feel like a gar because it was one smack at it. I'm just kind of always amazed that I don't get more fish out here like this. I'm always got them focalized in on spots. Just casting around fish that are, you know, traveling. I just never seem to get them, and that rooster tail's not spinning for some reason. At that cast, that thing was just not spinning. Looks okay. That's a better cast. We're keeping an eye on this rod still, folks. Back both rods. Unhook something on this eventually I can land. Instant, instantly hit something out there. That was just bad luck. And that's got to be someone's line or something because that's even when I pull that in the opposite direction, it's not coming off. There it comes. That was a close one. Gotta see if I bent my hooks out. Well, they look okay. That was just a bad cast. I was a bite on worm. I see him pop up. And every time I walk away from that rod, we're just popping it out there again. Let me refresh this rod and I'll come back and check that chat, okay, folks? And undamaged, unchanged. Right back out. There we go. Bambi says definitely with this in chat. Let's see, Clement. How you doing today, Clement? Clement says hi. Let's see, Bambi says let's go. Let's see, Epic. How you doing today, Epic? Epic Adventure says hi. And Real TV with the bells. How you doing today, my friend? Bill says happy fishing. Let's see, El Dabo. How you doing today, El Dabo? Let's see, Gary says, Cash App my let me oh boy. Let me check, buddy. Well, I don't see anything. Let's see, Gary. I don't see anything, Gary. Tia Dabo says you don't suck at fishing. This fishing sucks at biting. Yeah, you're hook. El Dabo says they're great at biting mine though. Let's see in radio. How you doing today, my friend? Let's see. Radio with a retracted message. Radio says catch a fish for me. Big guy, I want to see a reeling in. I'll give it a shot, my friend. Let's see, 21 incredible people in and 122 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Hope you guys are enjoying the show today. All right, let's get back to the fishing, folks. I mean, we're out here to fish. I could set this up for a minute. See if I can get this set out here in the right place. Maybe I can get, because I haven't fished out here deeper yet. Let's get this set up with just a little bit more worm out there deeper. And that way I can sit behind you guys and get some shade for a little bit. It is starting to get a little sunny out here. Let me get this right back out here. Where was I wanting to get? Like right there. Now that should hold out there pretty good. I don't want that rod up quite that high. I need to get my, and I've only got a drop of this stuff left. I've been kind of conserving it. You know how your last drop of caffeine is. You want to kind of conserve it. All right, let's see. 18 incredible people in and 123 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Sure do hope you guys are enjoying the show today. Wow, how long have we been in? Uh, yeah, we're getting near to the point where our mic feed's about ready to die. Yep, and the sun had to come out too. Well, suppose I could take my sweatshirt off and put a regular shirt on. I do have a regular shirt down here. Uh, Everything was still working okay. Let's see, radio. We're looking good. Come on, fishies. I should probably refresh this corn while I'm at it as well. I haven't gotten a bite on corn in a while, so let me put some fresh stuff on here. Kind of get a little bit of a headache too at the moment. I don't know why. My feet is still on. She's surprised. There's a bite on worm. Come on, you old stinker. Hit it. Pretty good cast. Pretty good to me. That was a peck bite. Kind of let it go though. Let me refresher. There's another big one just hit the surface in front of us. That looks pretty good. Yeah, I can set my butt down in the sand a little bit. Let's see. Dan says worm and corn. Oh, let's see. Jimmy asks, what bait are you using? Yep, worm and corn. He's got it right. Let's see. Worm on the close rod and corn on the far rod there. Over a little bit this direction. Get a little bit better view of the river. Well, it has been one fun trip so far today. 12 people in and 124 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Our Mike feed is just holding on for dear life. Let's see. Jimmy says, I use bars. Uh, smoked sausage. It depends upon what I'm fishing for. I could see That working for catfish. Right now, we're kind of diversifying our species, trying to get as many species as we can. Worm, you got virtually every species of fish in this river is going to hit. And the corn, since there's more, carp and grass carp and buffalo down here, usually gets them to hit. So, but I can definitely see sausage working. Sausage links, uh, the sausage skin. I mean, that would probably be your best piece of the sausage right there. Is that skin? That's the intestine, so that's probably going to be the got the best scent to it. Let's see. Dan says those rocks are showing more by the minute. Yep, they are. You could stand out there. When we started this feed, folks, that those rocks, you could they were barely sticking out. If I'm not sure if you changed your mind about that donation, Dan, putting Cash App down, but you're fine, my friend. Oh, that's my link. I got you. I guess I could put that link that in, Gary. But I don't want to take Abby's thing down. I'm fine with it. I misunderstood there. That was my bad. Sometimes you have to remind me because I don't have when you guys donate through PayPal and Cash App, I don't I don't have that uploaded on my tablet because I don't want it on this tablet as well, so I don't get the notifications. Now I get the notifications on my main phone, so that's why I have to check it. And that's it was yeah, we were just I'm a little mixed up. Okay, I'm old. Give me a break. Let's see. Jimmy says it stays on the hook better. Yep, the skin definitely. Boy, it just got beautiful. Yeah, those right on behind these rocks just got really, really slow now. She just about got still down here. I'll wait for something to double that rod. Let's see, Dan says, goes to show how well you need to read that river to not lose tackle with them rocks. Yep. Remember how I was casting right by I kept telling you guys that there was a rock face right here and you guys like every once in a while it gets a little bit too far out there or a little bit too close in and I'd wind up hitting it. Now you guys can really see it. And all I've got is hazelnut left at the gas station. Blech. I hate hazelnut creamer. I mean, every once in a while I'll get a taste. Maybe I'll make an extra squirt of hazelnut, but nah. Once it gets cold, it's got like a yucky aftertaste to it. Let's see. Jimmy asks, "Where are you fishing at?" We're down on the mighty muddy Mississippi River down in St. Louis, Missouri, my friend. If you go about a quarter mile downriver here, you'll reach the Arch in St. Louis. That is literally the last bridge. That one where the cars are going down there. That's the last bridge before you get to the Arch. At the smallest landmark in the country. I mean, not the smallest landmark. The smallest uh was it park? What do you call it? National park. That's it. Got it. It was a mix up on my part. I'm surprised that drifting down there didn't get a bite. Let me refresh it. Might have hit the wrong spot. Yep, she drifted all the way down. I mean, nothing touched it all the way down. Get that right back out here. We'll go a little bit up further up current this time. I'm surprised that's still on. We're over what that usually lasts. Interesting. I wonder what's going on with my mic feed. It's usually dead by now. Let's see. Jimmy says, I lived there for about 11 years. St. Louis isn't too bad. Living on the streets, yeah, it can be a little, but that's why I'm living down here on the river. It's actually a heck of a lot more safer, believe you me. I haven't heard a gunshot down here yet. 19 incredible people in and 127 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. I'm just walking down from riding my scooter down from the gas station to here. I heard like 3 or 4, but down here, yeah, they're off in the distance. I mean, they're about 4 miles that way. Yeah. They're just certain areas you want to stay away from. And in most major metropolitan cities, there are just you know spots on back in the back streets, and yeah, you just want to stay away from. I always tell my friends, if you're gonna come visit St. Louis, let me come with you for a day so I can kind of hang with you and tell you where to go and where not to go. And that's still going. Impressive. Well, sucker usually doesn't last this long. Trying to keep an eye on her. She's got to be ready to go off. This little mic feed. And all the gar stopped down there finally. I'm seeing them hitting the surface going up here, but them chasing the baits down there, they stopped. Yeah, we had 3 nice gar hooks down here earlier on a rooster tail. We got uh, one to jump on us, and that one threw the hook. I mean, literally jumped like a largemouth. And we had one right up to the bank, and we had another one we had hooked for a moment and pulled off. That's interesting. These bites just kind of slacked off. I wonder if this is getting too shallow for them down here. Eventually, this will get so low where they won't even want to come back here, unless the water's raising, in which case they don't care. They'll come in and they'll come in with the backside of water if the water's raising. So I know you're new to the channel, Jimmy. Common species down here are buffalo, common carp, grass carp, freshwater drum, channel catfish, flathead, blue catfish, uh, several species of sturgeon, and several species of gar. And this is flashing red. It must be ready to go off. It's down to its last half of a bar. Ah. It's behind my ears. It's behind my ear ball. My ear, it itches like, look. You know, got one of them itches behind your ear. You gotta feel like you're a puppy dog scratching behind your ears. Let's see, Thomas says, water looks low today. Yeah, it is quite a bit. It's getting low. There it went, folks. It died. Adios, muchachos. Sayonara, little sucker. It's dead. Bye bye. Let's see. Thomas says hi. 11 incredible people in. I see 128 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Come on, let's get one more on for you guys. There's got to be some more still down here. We just got to coerce one into hitting. I'm waiting for one of these rods to go down. Start bobbing, picking, and all that exciting stuff. Mind you, just being down here is peaceful. It's enjoyable just to be out here. Kind of adjusting that camera a little bit. That might be a bite. On that far rod, looked like something popped it and knocked it off the bottom. It looks like something's nibbling on it. Bouncing right now, but something knocked it off the bottom. Now you guys get to hear the motion of the river for the last bit. Since it's so late, we're gonna take the corn off of this one and just put one more here. We still got a few worms left, and we got plenty of worms left. Surprising how long 3 dozen worms last. And not having to use 2 or 3 of them at a time. Sometimes I'll burn through them down here because, well, these fish want more than one worm on here. And if you're doing that 70 and 80 mark on the last one in an hour or two, perfect with that. Let's throw a little bit more corn in here too. So they get these guys feeding. That's still gotta be some pieces. Gotta cohort them in are coming in here, fighting. You'd be surprised. I live by that saying sometimes, folks. If you feed them, they will come. See, Dan says, "Yep, big grass carp. Come on, yep, one big grass carp. Let's go." Well, that'd be a great one. 20 people in and 131 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. What's our charge doing today? Hey, very good, in fact. We're holding at 80%. That's also, folks, if you're going to do a live stream, get yourself a couple of these guys. Yep. Like one of these guys will keep your stream going over 4 hours. As opposed to a regular, just running her without any type of battery extension or anything, you're talking 3.5 hours max with this bite on. Oh, you little stinker. Ooh. Yeah, at least I've found them again. They moved up current a little bit. I'll get my camel to sit out here with you guys. So I get that rod in view. Yeah, because they start hitting this other rod now. So let me see if I can get this rod tip in view. Right already. Come on, hit it, buddy. On pretty good there. Man. Right on that one down there too. Alright, folks, switch on. And it's fighting pretty good, whatever it is. Oh. Running up current, whatever it is. Dang it! Doubles, folks. Doubles. What we got on this one? Big old grassy on this one. I don't know what is on this one either. This is big, whatever this one is too. Doubles, folks. And our cordon just floated down the river. Oh well. That's a big freshwater drum on this one, and we got a big grassy on this one. That's a couple pound drum. Yeah, that's 4 or 5 pound drum there, folks. That's an 8 or 10 pound grass carp. Stay there, buddy. Whoa, whoa. I'm going to bend that hook out on him. Just stay there. That's big old grassy, folks. Yeah, this is going to be entertaining. Hey, what a way to end a feed, folks. With this kind of action. Man, we ain't done yet. I got to get these brutes in here. Don't be just wrapping yourself out. Oh yeah, that's a solid tack. Yikes! There she went. Hey, gummit. There went my shoes. okay. She's in the water, folks. She's getting water over her gills. That one will be fine. Come here, big girl. Don't do it again. Don't do it again. Keep your head up. Keep your head up. Keep your head up. All right, we touched her. It counts. Ah. We touched her. It counts, folks. This one's trying to get my other rods if I can. Just sit there for a minute, Vicky. Sheesh. Gummit, man. This is hard. We got 5 pounds rum on here and a 10-pound grass carp. And man, my right foot is just soaked. Ah, incredible fish, folks. Yeah, just so much power in these guys. Anybody got a towel? Oh boy. Why did I even bother? I should have just taken my shoes off from the beginning. I should have. You guys wonder why I take my shoes off when I go for these guys? Yeah, that's easy, man. Keep that head up. Keep that head up, buddy. Yeah, you guys know how easy it is for the hooks to come out of these guys. Come here, girl. Hey. It counts, so I've just got to get it in to show you guys. I've had it in 5 times. Jeez, dude. You gonna give up, buddy? Alright, I think we got him. Yeah, I think we got him, folks. Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know yet. We got him, folks. Let's see. Hook is out, my friend. Alright, this is the first of our doubleheader. NC doubleheader. I might keep fishing after this one. I don't know. Yeah, that's an easy 10. I'm going to go by 12 on this one. Alright, folks, there we go. That's our first of our doubleheader. We've got another one on the line down here. We got to show you guys that one here in a minute. Now that's about 12. Yeah, his one is mean. I can feel that back fin tightened up bad. Yeah, this one really wants to hurt me, folks. I love it. Boy, that is a nice one, folks. Beautiful fish. Yeah, I'll go about 12 on this one. Incredible. Gotta love it, my friends. Awesome. That's why you don't give up on stream until the very end. You never know when this is gonna happen. And man, that fish wants to eject me in the jaw so bad, folks. Yeah, I'm gonna let this one guy. He's mean. He is mad. Yeah, this one's mad, folks. Let's get him back in the water. He wants to go. He's so tightened up. Come on, buddy. There you go. Yeah. This is our second of our double header here, folks. Yeah, that's about a 5 or 6 pound freshwater drum. That's a big drum too. Alright. Cleaned off a little bit. Yeah, that is a nice freshwater drum, folks. That's about 6 pounds. I stayed dry until the end of this feed. Can you believe it? Alright. That is a gorgeous fish, folks. Gotta love it, my friends. Gotta love it. Awesome fish, folks. Just so much fun. Beautiful fish, folks. Yeah, this one's ready to go as well. Incredible. Hey, somebody named that. How did someone know that I was going to catch a grass carp? But they missed the drum, though. All right, buddy. Get you back in the water. Yeah. Thank you. He ate it. Ooh, doggy. That was fun. I just want to do it again. I got something else. I got a couple worms. Now, I was gonna quit feeding him. Maybe I won't. Maybe I won't as of yet. See 16 people in and 140 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. You guys are enjoying the show today. Great save, Mike. Alright, let me step back here for a minute. Holy crap. Man. Man, when they want to hit, folks, it's up to them when they want to hit. And apparently they wanted to hit the last few minutes of the stream. What are you doing? Stupid tablet. Let's see. Where are we in chat here? Man, I lost my place. Yeah, my got splashed here. All right, Macaw, how you doing, Macaw? Macaw says, yes, it is. Thank you for coming in. Bambi says, yes, we are, Munchie. Let's go. Oh, boy, where am I here? Boy, I'm too far up for that. That's way too far up in the chat. All right, here we are. Bonnie says, follow the food trail. Jerry says, radio. That wet, hard sand. I see you in Rod. Rod and Rifle. Rod says, what's up, fish fellas? Doing pretty good, my friend. I see we've caught, let's see, 6 freshwater drum, a buffalo, a big old grass carp, and a channel catfish today. Let's see. Rod says, great save, Mike. Jerry says he's doubled up. I says, I saw your corn grog go down. Yeah, I know, that grass carp tried to, yeah, he definitely tried. Rhea says, well, double, that's exciting. Bonnie says, well, Mike, you stayed dry till the end. Oh, boy. Yeah, you would. Oh, okay, googly. Let's see, and nobody says, nice, Mike, another river monster. Let's see, and Colby, how you doing today, Colby? Colby says, good fishing, Mike. And Dan says, watch the face, Mike. Yeah, he was trying. Let's see, Rod says, what a beauty. Colby's, yep. Let me pin that up for you guys, so that'll be in the end of the chat, my friends. Gosh, why me, folks? Why me? Why? Oh boy, let's see if I can find this. Oh man, I can't find it here. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Thank you, Colby. Let's see, nobody says, awesome job, Mike. Thank you, my friend. Let's see, Dan says, King of the Mississippi River. Bonnie says, this is a really big drum. Les says, MVP. How you doing today, Les? Bambi says, woo. Let's see, and Johnny Lamb. How you doing today, Johnny Lamb? Johnny Lamb says, what's up? Bonnie says, that laughing. Les says, lamb chop. Let's see. John says, let's Kentucky. Oh boy. Why'd you make me start again, Bambi? Rusty Waters says hi. Let's see, Bambi with the hearts. Oh, jeez. Coco. Coco's going, what is going on? That's a 23 incredible people and 145 thumbs up. Tell you what, let's get another cast. And I do thank you for all those reactions, my friends. Oh, boy, what am I doing? Oh, good. Oh, boy. Oh, la, la, la. Oh, boy, folks. That's our last few worms anyway, so we'll get to use these last couple worms up and we'll get out of here, folks. That was a heck of a way to, man, that was we got 2 worms left, so we might as well use them. See if we can get one more on for you guys. If not, man, it's been a heck of a fun feed, folks. And I really do enjoy and appreciate you guys coming in. I needed a good laugh, folks. I felt that can lift your heart. It can. It really can. If this is our last one, we might as well put her on the corn rod. See if we can coerce one more of these guys into hitting. Put one rod on this, one worm on that one, and one worm on this one. Oh boy, folks. Man, what a day. What a day, my friends. I finally got that dumb grass carp. That thing's been playing over here in the shallows for 3 friggin' hours, and I finally got that thing to hit. You guys can believe me how I can turn the live feed off. In like 5 seconds after I turn the live feed off, fish hits. Now you believe me. Now you believe me. Because these suckers will wait until I'm just about done. You remember how quiet I got? We were talking. Yeah, they noticed. They noticed me get quiet. Gee. There's a massive fish out there. Almost kind of ashamed I'm down to my last 2 worms, but and my corn floated down the river. It's gone. It's adios. Food for the fishy. Let's see. Gail says grassy. Bonnie's laughing her butt off. Dan's laughing his butt off. Bonnie says, what a show. Let's see. Bambi's laughing her butt off. Bambi's with the #1 emojis and the smiles. Bonnie says, Mike's the best comedian fisherman. Dan says, I think we all have a good and giggle. Their laughing is so contagious. Let's see, Seth Johnson. SJO is in the house. How you doing, SJO? Let's see, Bonnie says, I wouldn't be able to fish with Mike. I would be in the water from laughing so hard. Let's see, Dan says, Seth Bro. Yeah, ask Jason about that. It's the reason why he can't catch any fish with me. Jason the Mason, because I keep him laughing so much he can't catch anything. Shh, don't tell him that. Let's see, Les says, water looks low. Seth says, hey, Dan. That says SJO. That says, hey, Les. 20 incredible people and 143 thumbs up. 140. That's 49. 143. That's just incredible, my friends. It's been a long time since I've been able to keep 100 likes going. I owe that to everyone down here. Coming into the chat and talking and dropping a like and a comment. Gail says, a really great show. That says, hey, Gail. Man, that was just... oh, boy. Yeah, I ran myself into that one. I stayed dry almost till the end. It was so close. Just that close. Just that close. Boy. Oh, boy. What are you going to do, folks? Except have fun. I'm the kind of person that stubbed my toe and laughed my butt off out of it. It's either laugh or cry, and better to laugh. You always feel better when you laugh, even if you bang your knee or something. Try it sometime. Instead of just laugh and laugh it off. Yeah, that coffee tastes. Tastes like poop. That was awesome, Mike. Keep fishing, brother. Gail says, big old drum. This is a Gail. Fine says, you just had to get that splash bath in. Hey, it's good for you. Hey, you know my secret for staying young now. Seth says, hey, Bonnie. Gary says, Seth, what's up? Gail says, and the shoes stayed on. Yeah, but they got wet anyways. They got, oh boy, folks. That's my hat over the screen. Don't look. I'm literally on the ground. That's the actor says, I've been here. I love this channel. This says, I'm doing great, Gary. Bonnie's laughing her butt off in the hearts. Let's say, this says a epic and 5K. Oh, wow. What a day, folks. What a day. Yeah, I cannot even see how long we've been in. But we've definitely over 3 hours because our mic feed died about 10 minutes ago. I'm trying my best to not look at chat because I don't want to start laughing again. Please don't make me look, folks. Please don't make me look. You made me look. Epic says, I'm clean the house and have not a sad nothing. Mine says should be called MVP, the comedian fisherman. Hey, that's a good name change, but I think I like MVP. It just kind of sounds funny already. Like, why isn't that MVP? Did he spell that incorrectly or something? Let's see, Jason. Jason asked the Mississippi River. Yep, down by the Arch in St. Louis, my friend. Yeah, we're about a quarter mile upriver from the Arch. That's just, hey, Jason. Yeah, we should have started into this feed a little while ago. My battery's going and I'm having so much fun. I really don't want to. Yeah, it's our last two worms and the last of our bait after that double header. It's probably down to Arkansas by now. On its way out into the Gulf of Mexico. Bye-bye, corn. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. At least I fed the fish good. That's probably one of the reasons why they stopped hitting, because all of a sudden there's all this food all over the place. Thank you, MVP. It says Suplove. I own some property in Potassi. Nice. Hey, I own the entire river right now. I'm living down here, so what the heck? I'll be down here till the 1st of the month until I can afford a new place. Well, this says hi. Bonnie says corn's going to make a good reel. Yeah, where I'm trying to land the fish, and you can. I'll have the arrow pointing as it's floating down the river. That says, hey, cuz. Yeah, I think I fed the fish. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna hit down here again till probably morning. They're all going, oh God, MBP, why did you feed us so much? I didn't mean to.
Bonnie says, really left a corn trail. Let's see, Seth says, hey, radio nut. Seth says, hey, Bonnie. And Cuz says, Seth.
Oh, what were we doing? Where am I? Is this Jupiter or Neptune? Oh, yeah, it's Saturn. Oh, boy. It's going to take me an hour to stop giggling. Oh, boy. I think I fed them, folks.
I think we're done for the day. 22 incredible people, and it's the 149th Love and Sub. Let's see, you should do a nighttime fishing trip.
I did one recently. It really is hard to keep light on down here. I mean, I can see perfectly because of the lights across the river, but the camera it can't pick it up. You can't see anything. I'll have 2 campfires and lights going and still won't be able to see anything. I need some better equipment to do that, I'm afraid. And I'm a poor channel.
I'll admit it, I'm poor. Proud of it, and you know it. Let's see, Jason says, I got an earache swimming in the Mississippi River. My UNC used to run a marina. I got you, my friend. Let's see, Tommy says, go lie out. Let's see, go lay out in the sun. You'll dry off. That was my exactly idea. NJ Fishing, what's going on, Mark? How you doing, my friend? Just in time. We're about to close her down. Mark says, MVP. Peeling.
Peeling. Oh, okay. Yeah, I am peeling. Actually, back of my neck is like, seriously.
Yeah, you got it right, buddy. Gus says 148 likes. 148 thumbs up. Let's go. Double tap that screen. Subscribe and share. Touch of friends. It's free. And thanks for supporting the channel. Thank you, Cuz. SSANG. Jason says, y'all have a good day. Let's see, Sessa, take care. Let's see, and Monkey Man Products. Monkey Man says, cheers, legend. Sessa say, Monkey Man. Les says, NJ. Bonnie says, can't wait to the reels going. Pretty epic. Monkey Man says, Seth. And Seth says, hi. Alright, folks.
150. We made 150 likes. Awesome, my friends. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. I'm gonna go try to stop doing, because every time I think about, yeah, my feet are, I'm soaked, folks. I made it to the end, and I'm wet now. Crap. Oh well. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. I'm just gonna have my old good luck, stay safe. Hope to see you on the water, my friends. Keep doing what you love, and thank you so much for all my moderators for coming in. Appreciate it. Good luck. Stay safe on the water. Tight lines, my friend. Thank you. Appreciate it. Bye.